Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, we yet again have a ton of crypto news. And to be honest with you guys, today is an action-packed day because we have so much crypto news to cover over the next couple of hours. Stick around and watch more updates because we have a ton of stuff. Alright, you might want to be subscribed. Now today we're going to mostly cover some prices and a couple of interesting things that happened. But before we get into any of that, I quickly want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by, saying hi, and just pressing the like button all the time. It keeps me going, It's very motivational. It keeps a person happy. Just want to quickly say that all you guys that provide that, it makes me really genuinely happy to see it all. And hopefully you guys enjoy these daily crypto updates. If you do, I'll keep making them. You guys know it. All right, so first topic of right now is the crypto prices. And by the way, I keep getting these notifications for tweets. I don't know how to turn them off. But the subject that I keep getting notifications of, I'll show you guys in just a second though. So stick around and you know exactly what we need to talk about. In terms of prices, things are moving in the exact same fashion which we described yesterday. Again, I did not change anything on screen right now, yet everything is following exactly along the DustDBC master plan. Let's cover it again, shan't we? So what we were saying for Bitcoin is basically following this pattern, coming back to retest the bottom here at about 41 or a little bit above it, but mostly around this area, 41,000. If it breaks, next area of importance is going to be 31, but that will be a bigger market crash. You'll definitely feel it if we get all the way back down there. And then from that point forward, most likely break out quite severely. If we do, with confirmation, I'll buy in, as I've told you guys before, over on Bybit or something of this sort. I'll get a long position going and most likely make some profit that way. As again, Bybit is the platform which I personally use to trade. Now, that's again for scenario, I guess, Bitcoin. If I'm going to trade Bitcoin, which again, I can combine with my XRP or other altcoins. This is kind of like the base scenario because Bitcoin is deciding everything. Now, talking about base, the entire altcoin market cap is still following along with our prediction as well of this kind of diamond here. Officially, it is the bullish flag that we are witnessing, and I personally expect still that we're gonna break out to the bullish side for all of this. Again, it's going to be decided by Bitcoin, but that's still what I expect. Same scenario for Bitcoin, same scenario for altcoins. And this kind of turned into a diamond because I just gave you guys the thoughts behind how a bullish flag works. It has a flagpole, then a correction, but again, very, very important, guys. This is the flag, this is the flagpole. You can see, right? The flagpole. It's basically a continuation pattern. So we get a really big bull market going on that's been going on for weeks, right? From July 19th or 20th on forward. Then we come to a peak, we correct for a little bit before we continue on, again, hence continuation pattern, with the way which we usually were going. And again, I personally expect that that's going to happen. We don't know exactly what day, but the expectation that we put in is still coming along quite nicely with some very nice bounces. So that's again on a Bitcoin level, which decides things. Altcoin level, because altcoins follow usually Bitcoin's way that it goes. On the XP forefront specifically, the very long term, because this is a weekly, symmetrical triangle is still closing in closer and closer, huh? So the problem is there's no triangle here that actually fits perfectly for the XRP weekly. It just doesn't look too amazing if you were to ask me. But I would say that this is the best triangle that we could put on there if we had to try something. I'm going to say it looks about something like this. If we had to try something, this is the most perfect triangle that we could fit in there. And I mean, as it currently stands, we're still trading within it. And I'm just going to say it as like I always do. If we close above $1.20 with confirmation, again, that's time to put up another trade. Again, should we? I don't know. It's worth a try. I mean, for XRP, every time I keep saying it, the risk to reward is so extremely good that I might just really go long every single chance that I get, where I see it like this, guys. If I go long, which basically means you are buying contracts that give you more money, that make you money if the price goes up. That's what going long means. I will go long. I kind of want to go long anyway. So I kind of want to buy crypto with leverage anyway, because again, there's more bullish factor than bearish. However, if I can do so in a spot where I have even a higher chance of the price going up, I'm basically doubling my positive odds for the XP price. Yeah, it's definitely worth it, and that's why I keep doing it right now. Short term, we also have a couple of symmetrical triangles. I think you guys can also kind of already smell where a couple of these triangles are kind of coming in from. You can already kind of feel what the people are drawing in. Then again, guys, most important for right now is what Bitcoin is going to do, and that's also what I'm watching right now. This is a daily perspective for XRP. In my own opinion, most importantly is the weekly, which we just discussed, because that one shows we are still in a very, very bullish period, if you were to ask me. On the daily, we're just bouncing back from the support line that we drew in, still hovering around the 0.5 Fibonacci extension level. I think we'll just kind of cross above. Then again, if you zoom in a little bit, this is the... Let's quickly see, guys. This is the 1 hour. XRP is just trading and hovering around this 93-cent mark. You know, we came below it. Actually, we broke out of the triangle below it. We came back to the area for a little while, broke out towards the upside of the channel, basically. Because I would say that if you were to draw anything in, the channel would be one of the things which most suffices. And that's basically a channel. I'm just going to draw a couple of lines in here. Let me quickly see. A little bit like this. This is kind of, in again, some vague terms, what the channel is looking like. Can I put it? Okay, you know, we'll put it like this. You guys can still most likely see it, right? There we go. There's basically a line right here and a line right here. That's the channel which we've been trading in for a little while right now. We broke out towards the downside, came right back in, broke out towards the upside, and right now are trading right back in it. And so in my own personal view, the next couple of hours are going to be critical to see where we're going to break out towards next. It's also kind of funny how we just keep coming back in and coming back out of it over the last couple of, I guess, hours or kind of days already. I'm really interested to see how this is going to develop over the next couple of hours too, right? Because right now is a critical point for the price. And then something which I definitely want to share with you guys, it is Songbird. So Songbird, for all of you that do not know, is basically something that's really, really important for the XRP holders. If you were holding XRP on the 12th of December, then you got into the snapshot, and all the XP that you had back then is into the snapshot. And for every 1 XRP, you're going to be getting yourself 1 flare-ish. And for every 1 XRP as well, you're going to be getting yourself about 0.15 Songbird. Now, the fun fact is, if you, for example, had 1 million XRP, you're going to get yourself 15% of that, so about 150,000 Songbird as an example. And I really like to put that up here because right now, 1 million XRP gives you 150,000 Songbird, which again, times, I don't know, let's say 30 cents. We'll do it exactly. So about 150,000 times 0.28 equals about $42,000 that you would have gotten for free. And again, a little fun fact, right? Let's look back at this. I actually have I'm like, why does this sound so strange? It's because I still have my AirPods in, actually. I was like, I hear my voice in a really strange manner. Let's take a look at December 12th when all of this actually went down. So we have to take we could take the last 12 months. We look at December 12th of 2020. The price of XRP was about 50 cents. And so depending on what the flare price is at right now, you would have basically gotten half of your money. It depends a little bit on what Flare is going to do, right? Because that's still going to determine. But about 15% of that. So let's say like this. What's your actual return on your money? If you bought $1 million worth of XRP at the time, again, you had $1 million, which right now kind of doubled in terms of price. But I guess that's not relevant, right? You just had $1 million back then invested. No, $1 million XRP. So that's, I guess that's about $500 to $7,000. Yeah, should we do it that way? So you invested $500 to $7,000. Right now, you got yourself $42,000, which I guess is you $42,000 over $500 to $7,000. Let's put it like that. Yeah, it's about 8.3% or so that you just got for free, just from Songbird on its own. If there's something wrong with my math, it's not because I'm not good at math, right? For all the people that watch my videos for a couple of years, you know that our calculations are usually very good. But let me tell you, for all of you guys that are wondering, if you are doing these things on the go, all right, and that's how I do them. I record these things without any pauses, without any intervention, without any editing usually. It's so hard to do your math properly on camera. I now have a lot more respect for all the math teachers out there who do it in one take as well. I mean, if you're prepared for something, okay, but if you're doing this on even the simplest quadratic formula, just applying it can be like, you go chuckle up a little bit, all right? Trust me, it's a lot more difficult if you know that thousands of people are going to watch you count something or say something like that. It's I don't know. It's pretty strange. At least to me it is. Maybe a lot of you guys are finding it really easy. Not me. Right? I'm still struggling a little bit. But again, we will become better as time moves on, guys. We're improving on all these things. And then ultimately, who cares if you're good at all this stuff when you're making freaking tens, hundreds of millions of dollars? Who knows how much you're making, right? In the crypto freaking space. Nobody gives a crap if you can do if you can do your logarithmic stuff anymore. Nobody gives a crap anymore. Let's put it like that. Robert Kiyosaki warns of giant October market crash as he holds gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He said, and he is actually pretty dangerous in the way he words these things over on Twitter. Because the way I see Robert Kiyosaki is he is very well known now for writing a very influential book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, but he's also very well known now for being a very big contrarian. Meaning he invests in a really contrarian fashion, and he's going to get he has the appeal for people right now for being a person who goes against the normal system right now. Giant stock market crash coming October. Why? Treasury and Fed short of T-bills. Gold, silver, Bitcoin may crash too. Cash best for picking up bargains after crash. Not selling gold, silver, Bitcoin. Yet have lots of cash for life after stock market crash. Stocks dangerous, careful. U.S. government out of money. Let's not go too far into that one, right? And House of Cards coming down. We get it. I don't want to go too far into it because I don't know if... I don't think everybody likes it. Let's put it like that. But his point is quite clear, guys. I think his point is quite clear, which is a big crash is going to be coming because of the U.S. situation right now. And so he has a lot of cash ready, but mostly holds things which will keep their value when a crash comes, like Bitcoin, gold, and silver. And all I can say about that is let us see and let us find out. Of course, I have a ton of freaking crypto, so I guess we're good to go. A lot of people in the community as well buy a lot of gold and silver. I'm not really that big a guy on those, but maybe I got to get into it, guys. Do you all hold Bitcoin and gold and silver? Let me know in the comment section down below. Then one thing I also want to mention here is Charles Gasparino. He said on Twitter, stay tuned. Eleanor Terrett and I will be putting together a detailed summary of the various alleged conflicts of interest involving the SEC's case against Ripple. BDW, by the way, conflicts don't necessarily mean causation, but full disclosure is always necessary for debate. And then Crypto Wolf replied saying, Fox Business keeps putting the SEC on blast for the XP lawsuit. We need all mainstream news attention to pressure the SEC. In my own opinion, I don't know if they should actually be bashing them or pressuring them in that sense necessarily. It just depends on your definition of pressuring. I personally view it in the sense that they need to bring up these issues for people to decide for themselves if they find that the SEC is doing something wrong or not. And again, the pressure is true in the sense that the SEC has to give over information as to what their deliberations were. Why did they give Ethereum this treatment? For example, what was known to the market? How did they view the William Hillman speech? All that stuff is just critical to us as crypto hodlers, but also just as U.S. investors or any investors around the world, basically, because the U.S. is always a very exemplary, not a native English speaker, basically a market that sets an example for the rest of the world. Exemplamentory, I thought was a word, but then I'm like thinking like, nah, maybe that's not. Maybe I'm making that up. Exemplamentory. What are you doing? Exemplamentory. Exemplementary, you have? No, it's something else. Exemplary. Worthy of imitation. Commendable. Exemplary. Oh, exemplary. That's something else. Never mind, guys. I tried something. It failed horribly. We'll never talk of this again. We should never speak of this again. And we shall now never discuss again that my English is not as eloquent as some people put their standards towards. All right? It can happen. No, your boy's trying some different words. He's trying to think of some stuff. Oh, this will be a blast. This will be funny. I can already see the comment section. You fool making up these words. So, moving on though. Jpmorgan CEO says he does not care about Bitcoin, and here is why. Jamie Dimon, the iconic financial mogul and CEO of Jpmorgan Chase, recently shared his opinion about the volatile crypto industry and its flagship asset. I keep telling you guys, if you care about what this man thinks, then why come watch these videos? What are you doing? Go watch banking interviews. Go watch these guys talk, because they talk for people that have already made it in the established area of things. What I mean with that, guys, is crypto is, again, a chance, in my own opinion, for the normal folk, for the normal people, for the working class normal people to make a frick ton of money. You can't make that putting money into a bank. You can't make that putting into the index funds or so. You can become a millionaire over a long period of time, yes. But a lot of people that invest in crypto want it because it's still early and it's a chance to make some crazy, and to a lot of people, ridiculous sounding gains. Now, Jpmorgan's Jamie Dimon, he's a made man. We all know it. We all know he doesn't have to care about Bitcoin because he doesn't have to get rich anymore. He's already rich. All he has to do is make sure that his money doesn't go down to zero. And that's the difference in terms of wealth cycle where Jamie Dimon is in and most of the people that he's talking to right now. Actually, not completely. A lot of the people which he's talking to right now are also extremely wealthy already. And people that really care about his own opinion are people that are really supportive of the current banking system and most likely have some benefit in it prospering. What I mean with the people that are kind of watching this article, because it's on CoinGape, it's more of a crypto news website. People watch this and they have, let's say, for example, $50,000 invested. Is that a lot of money? Yes, no. For investing, not that much. Just money in general, it's quite a lot of money, right? You can do a lot of things that can be life-changing to many people. Point being, though, Jamie Dimon probably doesn't care about your $50,000 and also would kind of say, oh, if you're just investing $50,000, what is it going to do, right? If you come up to him with your $50,000 investment, well, he's going to be like, okay, what's that supposed to mean? Point being, whatever he thinks about Bitcoin is because he doesn't need it. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't have any benefit in Bitcoin succeeding. What's in it for him when Bitcoin does well, right? What's in it for his side? Does he want to get what is his net worth? Let's type it in here. I know net worth is not liquid asset, but let's just, Jamie Dimon net worth. Okay, here it says, okay, Jamie Dimon, about 1.9 billion US dollars. Okay, so I guess theoretically speaking, if he put a little bit of this money, for example, into Bitcoin, it might become worth more, okay? But he never has to worry about money anymore. So if his 1.9 billion goes to 0.4, for example, it divides itself by a little bit. Is that going to kill? Is that going to hurt him too much? No, not really. What is it going to do then, guys? What is it going to do? Why would he need more money, and would he really worry about a market crash? If there's a market crash and he has, for example, let's say about $100 million liquid, he'll be fine. If Bitcoin takes over the banking system, his money will go down significantly, but he'll still be fine. Are there any reasons for him to care about Bitcoin? No, not really. Not really. I mean, again, look, he was previously on the board of directors of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. He's not the guy to really be supportive of Bitcoin, man. Even if he does show support, there's most likely something behind it, but he says, I don't really care too much about it. I think people waste too much breath on it, but it's going to be regulated, and that will constrain it to some extent. But whether it eliminates it, I have no idea, and I don't personally care. Once more, because he doesn't need to, because he doesn't really have any benefit from this doing well or doing bad. He doesn't care, obviously. It's a billionaire we're talking about. Most billionaires like that don't care about anything that doesn't concern them. Even if it does concern them, if it's something which they would rather not be involved with too much, they either say they dislike it or they don't care about it. Because disliking something that does good is sometimes a very bad thing. Right? So, for example, a lot of these billionaires right now don't say, I hate it. They say, I don't really know it, or I'm not involving myself with it because I don't understand. Something along those lines. It's usually something to kind of deck themselves in. If technology does bad, they can always say, yeah, you see, I never really got involved with it. If it does good, they can always say, yeah, I didn't understand it, and I don't care for it because it's not my industry, but I mean, it could do good. Jpmorgan here is saying the same thing. I don't really care about it because he knows it might very, very well do really well, but it might also fail. He knows it's kind of a but people really want to get this chance to get rich, and he doesn't care. Well, whatever. You guys get the picture that I'm trying to paint here. Hopefully, you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.